Hello everyone. So it's Monday night, so you know what that means. We are back again for another Samara Keeps It Real Estate episode, where we're live and you get to ask me any questions that you want to. Many people have sent their questions in. I'm still on a roll. For those of you who send all of your one-offs, there is a big bank of questions that you guys ask on the regular basis. So I thank you guys for locking in. You guys already know that we try to cover as much as we possibly can in 15 minutes. Sometimes we go over because I love real estate and there's so many things to talk about, right? We could be here literally all day, but I try to rein it in. We cover sellers' questions, buyers' questions, investors' questions. Last week we touched on a couple of commercial inquiries because people do commercial and there's an opportunity and a space for that right now. And I want you to feel comfortable asking questions about things that you're not even sure about. And then I also have a new little segment question that I've been getting a lot of people reaching out asking me about. So I want to make sure we kind of touch on that if time allows, because we have plenty of things to talk about. So thank you guys for jumping in. Thank you for joining me for another episode. And don't be afraid to drop your questions right in the chat. I see them. For those of you who already sent me the questions and you're popping on, I got you. I got you. So let's jump right in, guys. Let's get started. First question, sellers related. They hit me with and this is a good question because I feel like a lot of homeowners ask this in their head, like, why do I have to do this? Is, do open houses still work? So the seller who sent me that one, thank you for the question. It's definitely something to keep in mind because online and a lot of the exposure that you get online is going to be key. But I want to say open houses are still bringing in a lot of looky-loos, right? Your neighbors, it's giving you an opportunity for exposure. So agents, if they're marketing it correctly, an open house does like a refresh. Like, hey, come check this house out. You're going to love it. You get to see it in person. There's a lot of advantages to being able to have one because you can leverage that for exposure. So I wouldn't necessarily say rule out an open house because it definitely can give you some legs up and opportunity. But guys, keep in mind, timing and signage are key. Especially if you're not just going to put on the MLS and then do nothing and just show up and open a door, right? You're going to have to promote it, do the work. And this is not you. This is you hiring the correct agent to do these things for you. So that would matter in terms of if you're doing an open house. Some reasons why you might not do one. If the market is moving really fast and you have tons and tons of traffic, you might not need one necessarily because you're moving too quickly. But in that same breath, that if you are a homeowner and you have limited access to be able to show your property, getting it locked in and highly marketed for that weekend, you can leverage just that time frame. And with any luck, by Sunday, you're having lots of offers, and then you are picking one the week following and being able to decrease the amount of exposure and things that you have, people walking through your house if you're one of those sellers. So for my sellers who are thinking that question is, if you list, those are things to think about. We are still live. It's got a little connectivity thing. Hopefully you guys can still see me because I'm still rolling, but we are good. Oh, okay. Thanks. Hi. Thanks for jumping on. See you there. Thank you. No, good feedback. So hopefully that answered your question for my seller. Moving on, we have my buyers. All right, guys, I know we've covered a couple different things. I love that the buyers usually have a plethora of questions, and I want you to, because as a first-time home buyer, or even if you're a seasoned buyer and haven't bought in a while, like, those are things to keep in mind, that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay not to have all the answers. It's okay to be really open-minded that the market changes frequently. So even if you bought a house a couple of years ago, some of the rules are different. And I've already talked to you guys about the NAR rules being different. How we do commissions is different. So that's key. But the question that I got from my buyer that I want to make sure I answer, because I see you locked in. Can I ask a seller for help with my closing cost? Now, I love that you asked this question. I do, because I need you to be really comfortable with being able to ask questions that you might hear the word no to. That's probably with life in general, right? So if whether in sales or just other things, like, you want to make sure that you are really clear on not being afraid to ask for things that you need and being able to transition into that. So the short answer is yes. In many cases, it's called the seller's concession. They can cover up to 100%, well, in some cases, 6% of your closing cost. You'll have to talk with your lender. So hopefully you are pairing yourself off with really good partners. Your lender and your realtor should be able to talk to each other. If you don't know anybody, I got a girl. and they should be able to help you communicate, because sometimes lenders come to me like, look, they're approved and they could probably afford it, but they're going to need help getting into the house. And I tell you guys, some of the biggest barriers to home ownership is that down payment, right? So you have to come up with the down payment, and then you have to come up with the closing costs. Sometimes you're out of pocket a lot, but there are a lot of programs that are available, should you ask the questions and partner yourself with lenders that can help you give additional information. Maybe we'll have one come in for you guys, because there's grants, there's state grant level, there's 100% financing, there's 3.5% down financing. There's so many different things to help you get into a house. That's not the only barrier. So yes, you can ask a seller to help you cover some of your closing costs, but I want to give you a little bit of a pro tip. Like, don't ask for like the moon and the stars and then give them a low ball offer, right? So you want to make sure you pair yourself with an agent who knows how to structure a deal, because timing, the way in which you ask it, the way in which you present the request for a seller's concession are going to be key, because that can help you get that yes or that no answer, right? So basically, yes, don't be afraid to ask the question. It can definitely help you get into a house. Home ownership is a possibility. Don't let that initial, oh my gosh, I got to pay for all this stuff, really scare you, right? So if you have questions on whether or not you're ready, or if you just need tips on how to get ready, DM me, reach out. I've got quite a few questions from a couple of buyers. Already we have a couple buyers consults set up. So if you also want to come in and get some more information, like DM me, because we got you. We have buyer's guides to get you started and just ask the questions in general. Another thing I want to make sure, I'm kind of asking you guys back, that if you had your closing costs covered, would that kind of make you move the needle and want to go buy something? So if you're a buyer, think on that. And then let's see what you want to do. I love this stuff, guys. So thank you for these questions. Those are great. Those are great questions. And then I think we'll skip that one for now. I want to get to my investors. So yes, investor question. I love my investors. They have such good stuff sometimes. And this one, I feel like they're in my head, because I go through this things. This reconnects. Still rolling. Hi guys. I'm looking forward to seeing this recording when it's all done, because you guys know I'm live right now. I'm in a place that has Wi-Fi, but for some reason I just got like a little spinning death wheel. They scare me sometimes, but you can still see me. Still says live. I still got people that are watching, so hopefully you guys are still locked in. And we were just approaching the investor question. And the question that they asked is, should I use a HELOC to fund a rental property? Okay, take a deep breath, everyone. Okay, that basically means you're going to be pulling equity out of your house, right? So tapping equity can be a very smart way to scale up, but you got to know your numbers, right? And you really got to know your exit strategy. Now, I'm an investor myself, and I've done it for a couple of my properties, and that's also maybe a twofold question. Like, if you're pulling equity out of another investment property, I mean, you're still pulling out equity, but if you're pulling it out of your primary, you're putting things at risk, right? So that's a pro. So you want to be really confident about your numbers and how you're leveraging that funds that you're pulling out, right? Some of the pros to, doing something like that is that it's going to be a little bit cheaper, capital for you, and flexibility, right? So you want to keep those things in mind. But like I said, I've done it. I've had a couple of rental properties I got a great price on. I love equity and how it grows in this real estate market, and given us so many opportunities to be able to play with our money. And I pulled money out to buy another property, right? So those are my investors who are like watching. You guys are familiar with the method that we do a lot in terms of refinancing, pulling money out, going into your next one, buy a couple more, just really playing with that. But guys, keep in mind that you're always leveraging debt, and you still want to be really clear about what your numbers are and what your exit strategy would look like should you need to leave that situation, right? You don't want to owe more than what you're making on a property ever. And again, if it's your primary, make sure you're really cautious about how you pull that trigger. All right. Hopefully that answers my question for my, so I'm going to ask you guys a question just to think about. Not to answer me right now. You guys are watching. Now, would you pull out equity of your house for passive cash flow, right? So for a cash flow opportunity. That's what got me thinking all the time. It's like, if I'm pulling this money out and putting it in something else, is it going to be able to generate me money? Is it going to make sense to me? And will it be passive cash flow? So all things to ponder. My investors, I love your questions, because I'm an investor at heart. I love all things real estate. That's why Samara keeps it real estate, because I love this stuff. That is my investor. Yeah, I got you. I like the thumbs up. Okay, I'll take it. Thanks for jumping on. I will touch base on the commercial piece because this one was actually, I had a client come in here to ask me questions about it. And it's important because I think as small business owners, we want to make sure we capitalize on opportunity. Hey, Terry, thanks for jumping on. So the question is, what's one thing to know before signing a commercial lease? Now, this I probably can go into for a very, very long time. I know that I try to tell you guys I'm only going to get you for 15 minutes because I love real estate, but you guys all have things to do. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'll still get back to you. If you know somebody who can use this stuff, please pass it on. If you got to jump, don't worry. I still got you. I record them and post it for you. But to answer the question is, you want to be really clear about what the terms are, right? Because you can lose a lot of money not understanding what's happening in a commercial lease, right? Is it triple net? Are they asking for CAM? Is it all in? Is it the gross? Is it full service, etc.? So I can go down this path all day long, and you guys are probably like, what do those things even mean? So that could be probably like a whole separate segment. So think about that. Hidden costs and responsibilities can definitely blow your budget as a small business owner. But with the commercial space being the way it is right now, there's still a lot of opportunity for you to be able to get in there and negotiate something that makes sense. So pair yourself again with a good realtor. And even though you can do it by yourself, it's good to have a broker to help you navigate this stuff, because some people are asking the question like, is it just me, or are commercial leases confusing AF, or just I need some more clarity, right? So I want you to not be afraid to ask questions regarding that too. And for my small business owners thinking about some growth potential, DM me, because there's a lot of things that are out there if you're looking to trade up and get some more space and not quite ready to buy something on your own. Leveraging some of these lease terms and lease opportunities in commercial space could be really good for you. So I would say definitely know what you're getting into. Talk to somebody if you have questions, but don't be afraid to scale up, guys. All right, small business owners, I love it. I love you guys because it's not easy. I actually have space and we're always looking for new space. And I also have clients who are always looking for new space too. So I can't believe I'm already at my time already, but we covered our buyers, our sellers. We touched on our commercials, and I love my investors. I love all you guys. My sellers are hilarious. Some of the questions that I have on here that I will still get to, don't worry, I will get to them all. I will cover all these questions for you guys. You guys are hilarious. My buyers, please don't be afraid to ask questions, because there's no such thing as a stupid question. Not at all. Some are a little bit weird, but don't worry, we still got you. The last question I wanted to kind of touch on, if we had time, we kind of have a little bit of time, so I'm going to take it. I'm taking it from you guys. Is I have agents that are reaching out to me. Actually, not agents. I have actually some agents who reach out to me asking me different things I should know about a first-time agent, but this one's a little bit rewind. I have someone who's asking what it takes to be a real estate agent, like what's entailed in trying to get your license. So I figured I would give you a quick few tidbits on it. If I continue to get questions, I'll probably have a separate segment for my agents who are asking, like, should I have a CRM? What do I do to get started? Day in the life of a realtor. That can change every day. I think I've already told you guys this. Like, there is no hard and fast day for realtors. Like, every day is like Christmas. Right? Are you doing your lead gen? Are you making your phone calls? Are you talking to your, your sphere of influence? All that fun stuff. But rewinding and level setting. In order to be an agent, there is some education involved, right? So you do need to have 75 hours in New Jersey for real estate. If you're going to be a broker, you need more hours, but you have to be an agent first, right? So just level setting that 75 hours. And there's different ways you can take it. During COVID, they allowed you to go online and take courses. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely look for a school that is approved by the commission, the Jersey Commission for Real Estate. And you could do evening classes. It'll take you a little bit longer, or you can bang it out in 2 weeks if you have 2 weeks free time. A lot of my teachers actually kind of lock into that because they had the summers off. So like, why not get educated and get a license for that? After you take your 75 hours, you have to apply, take the test, pass the test, fingerprinting, background check, state has to approve you, and then you have to pick a brokerage. So you can interview brokers and figure out where you want to go, ask questions. I have like a whole list for some of my new agents or people who are thinking about it, things they should ask the brokerage they're considering. Definitely, you can always pick my brain and ask me questions because I'm a broker. And then there are so many different things that go along with that. So picking something that's a good fit for you. And basically, above all else, get into it for the right reason. Don't get into it because you saw, HGTV or $1 Million Listing, or you've been watching the shows in California with the big fancy houses, because that's not necessarily always what you get in real life, right? So keep that in mind, and get into it for the right reasons. And for me, it's for helping people, right? It's helping them get their next step. It's being a part of their journey. It's doing all the things that require helping people level up, right? And having that sense of wanting to help, and being very highly ethical, right? There's a lot of agents out there that are moving a little bit differently than they should, right? There's also a lot of really good agents out there too, right? So I'm very big on collaboration and working and playing nice in the sandbox. So you'll never see me talk bad about anybody unless they really did something stupid, because I'll keep it real. But otherwise, there's a lot of good ones out there. So make sure that, but we're not all the same. Just keep that note too. Not all agents are the same. You're looking at personality, people, who's knowledgeable, who's been in the industry, who can negotiate, who can talk, all those things. And if it's something you want to get into as your career track, then make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Get into it. It can be done. If you have questions, let me know. And we're here for all of it. I think I want to thank you guys for rocking with me again on another Monday night. And I locked you all in with some knowledge, some truth bombs, and some other things that are just very forefront right now for the real estate industry. I hope that you guys are checking out some of our other content as well. I am doing Truth Bomb Tuesdays. One of my favorite things to do is our local loves on Fridays, when we go out into the community and interview local leaders, business leaders that are out there doing big things and have small businesses. So whether you're a nonprofit, small business, or have other things going on, please, don't be afraid to shout us out. Always looking for good companies to interview, good companies to bring a spotlight on, because people should know about the good work that you do. And that's why I love doing it. So for those of you who've already been on my segments, thank you for joining me, and shout out for those of you who are watching me for the first time. Check out some of the old interviews. They're tons of fun. And check out the information that we follow. We also do a lot of community-based stuff, always looking for volunteers and a lot of things that I'm doing. I sit on the board for the Y, we do the Rotary, we have some raffle tickets coming. So check out our pages. We always have a lot that we can leverage, and we're always looking for people who want to give back. I even make my athletes give back. You guys know I have the kids and they're ballers, and we make them do volunteer work all the time. Community cleanups, soup kitchens, all the things. So if you guys are interested in getting involved, and just want to know more about it, feel free to reach out to me on that front too. But all things real estate, I got you. I love this stuff. Stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you all for another episode next Monday, same time, 7 p.m., same vibe, and just keeping it real for all your stuff. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.